Let's see, camera off. There we go. Good evening. Today's Friday, October 17th, 2025. I have a few hours to kill. So, gonna Fortnite it up. I see that Jason, Friday the 13th fame has been added to the store. It's intriguing. Dun dun dun! I told myself that I'd probably get this guy, get this skin, but I don't know. Looking at him, I don't know, it doesn't really do much for me. I feel like it'd be a waste of, what's the bundle? 2,500 bucks? The gun wrap is okay. Doesn't really do much for me now that I'm seeing it. Goddamn cat hair everywhere. Jesus. The character, I don't like big-bodied characters anyway, so if I bought this and actually used it, it would be for the novelty. I've got big-ass Bowie knives already. I've got axes. I don't know. I like these orange Crocs better than I like the Jason skin. I'm a little conflicted. With traversal, I like traversal. This one reminds me of like the Robert Goulet scene in Scrooged, like some crooner shit, you know, poppy jazz, and he's paddling through the bayou on a skiff. Oh well, Jason's not doing it for me, is what I'm saying. You know, and I've never seen this horror movie, the Black Phone or whatever it's called, and I like the mask and the eyes looking through it are creepy. Like I said, I've never seen the movie. I went to Google, like, who is this guy? What is his real name? The Grabber? Like, that's kind of basic. And he's a fucking child predator. Sure, he's a big, bad, scary guy from a movie, but he's a fucking pederast, from what I read. So I'm like, They put that in Fortnite? The game is supposed to be for children, but increasingly, more and more with each passing season or chapter, it's geared towards adults. I mean, actually, I'm more inclined to get Ghostface, who's been in the store for like a whole week now, and I've not. I've been like, I'm saving my V-Bucks for other characters that I know are coming. I can see that they've been added to the game. They're in the the code or whatever. At this point, I'm more inclined to get Ghostface and maybe Huggy Wuggy when he comes out, or the rest of the Scooby Doo gang still in the game. I could go for Daphne, Velma, whenever they hit the store. I see Wednesday Addams is going to appear at some point. But yeah, these the guy from what is that game I played with the kid? The character's name is Simibot. Not Among Us. The one where you go into a haunted house and you collect shit. I bought it for like $10. He played with me for an hour. I didn't particularly care for the game. He didn't particularly care for the speed at which I played, or the level of caution. So I've never played it again since. And with tax, it was 12, $13 down the drain. Art the Clown from, is it Terrifier? I started to watch one of those last Halloween, and I fell asleep, and I never went back to it. I don't remember anything about it other than this is a very creepy clown. Maybe I get that one. Ghostface and Art the Clown. And maybe some of the Scooby-Doo gang. I have a feeling Wednesday Addams is going to be like a bonus quest or something. All right. Hollowhead. Mystery Machine, Scooby-Doo. They put these in for kids? You tell me these are for kids? I think these are for adults who go, oh, damn, I watched Scooby-Doo when I was 6 years old in 1987, and God, I love Scooby-Doo. Like, they put, just look at my locker. Look at the fucking, like, cars that they put in recently. Shelby GT. It's an old person car. Kids don't give a shit about this. They've never seen Gone in 60 Seconds. The fucking 1989 Batmobile? Not for kids. For 40-year-old jackoffs like me who have excess money to spend. The Corvette, this line of Corvettes, this year of model and manufacture, it looks sleek. It looks short and stocky and aggressive like Lamborghinis and Lamborghinis and Ferraris. But I don't. Kids recognize this as exotic, just like a Lamborghini Countach. Now the Countach specifically, like this one, looks like 92 Countach or the Ferrari Testarossa from like 90 to 93. Like, this is an old person car too. They put this shit in the game to get old people with disposable income to buy this shit. And some of these, celebrity characters they've been putting in, it's for old people too. All the Marvel stuff could go either way, but OG Silver Surfer and OG Ghost Rider, those are for older people. Arnold Schwarzenegger, T2 Terminator, old person. Alien? When's the last Alien remake? It was like early 2000s, right? This is like 1988 Alien. Ripley from Alien? Eminem? You know what? My kid has 14, 15-year-old kids. I know a couple of them that used Eminem for walk-up music in baseball. So maybe he crosses generations. The whole Ninja Turtles pack, that one probably bridges too. Family Guy could go either way also. Who else did they put in here recently? I went like, what fucking kid knows about this? Solid Snake probably slants more towards my generation. John Wick. The young kids watch John Wick. That's recent enough. All the old Star Wars stuff. Oh my god. All for old people. Kids don't give a shit about having a Wookiee. Ariana Grande's young people. Metallica. I bought all the variants of Metallica. Old person shit. My kid wasn't alive the last time Metallica had a halfway decent album. Deadpool and Wolverine remain wildly popular. Ninja, young people shits. Young people shits. Emma Frost. Lots of blokes, young and older, into Emma Frost. Let's just leave it there. Shaq, I guess, could go either way. Michael Myers, you know what? Kids like this because they know it's from a bunch of scary movies that their parents have said they couldn't watch for a long time, but this is an old person character too. I got news for you. Snoop Dogg, fuck Snoop Dogg. I don't know who this is, so it's young people. Juice Party. Mariah Carey, come on. Old person skin. No comment. You know, the Godzilla movies are cool. I know my 19-year-old and my 14-year-old watched, certainly some of the more recent ones. I think the older one went back to watch some of the older Godzilla movies. I don't know if he ever got into Kong. So this one, crosses generations. Sub-Zero, that whole bonus season was for old people. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, old people. Sabrina Carpenter's definitely young people. Undertaker, how many kids under the age of 17 bought the Undertaker skin? Come on. Casey Jones is classic. Now, I know there's been cartoon remakes. Maybe young kids have gotten into him, but old school Rocksteady, Bebop, Krang's mechanical body. Hank Hill. I bought Hank Hill. I was playing a day later with my kid. He came down here to ask me something. And he's looking over my shoulder and goes, "Who?" He starts cracking up. He goes, "What the hell are you playing as? Who is that?" It's like, "That's Hank Hill, King of the Hill." He's like, "What? What?" He hit me with the about the shoes. "What are those? What is that? Oh my God, you're so old." Superman. The T-800, old person skin. Beavis and Butthead. Okay, this is the one really recently that made me. Oh, and the fucking Megazord. Kids don't know what Megazord is. They might wear it if they unlocked it and it looks cool. They don't know what the hell Megazord is. This is old people shit. Beavis and Butthead, old people shit. This year, the current music chapter, or no, it was last season of the music festival. The Gorillas. I mean, that's for people my age, but even I wasn't into Gorillas. This is extremely niche. Daft Punk? I don't think so. Old person stuff. So anyway, Fortnite put in a scary movie guy who fucks and kills kids because old people will recognize him and buy them. Enough about that though. The game is being shifted towards old people. Aim down sights, assault rifles, or marksmen rifles. Visit named locations. Pumpkin launcher, I still gotta do that. I gotta defeat one of these three one more time. Expertise, I don't really care. Story mode. Swarm strike or lead splitter. Okay. So I need to carry some of these specialty weapons to get these unlocked. Pumpkin launcher, swarm strike, or lead splitter. I am tongue-tied tonight. Kiddo and the wife are at a high school football game about 40 minutes away. Junior decided that he was going to go to the game. He was aware it was an away game. He had no plan on how to get there. His buddy said, "My mom will take us." His mom was not aware of that, did not take them, so my wife got roped into taking them. Sometime to deny you, I'm better on the other side. The guy. So, dinner kind of hung in limbo for a while we figured out if it was going to be me and the wife and the kid. I ended up being left to my own devices, at which point I decided to take the older boy up on his offer of, hey, show up at Burger King sometime while I'm working. I'll hook you up with free food. Not really a precedent I want to set. Burger King's not really the fast food I want to eat. But tonight, it got to be about 7:15. I was like, you know what? I'm going to Burger King. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get the hookup. I don't really care what they give me. I don't feel like cooking. I'm walking out. I got my hand on the door handle of my car. And son number one comes pulling up in his car. It's his lunch break. And he had 25 minutes off or whatever, so he drove home. So, 20 minutes later, he's heading back to work. I said, hey, I'm coming by in like 10 to 20 minutes. I want some chicken fries. He's like, all right, come inside, come up to the counter and ask for me. I'm like, I am not asking for a fucking employee by name at Burger King. Like, if you're there and you see me, cool, come give me the hookup. If you don't see me, that's fine. I'm an adult. I went out to eat, planning on paying for my meal. Well, kind of planning on paying for my meal. You know, them's the breaks. So, if I gotta pay for my food, I gotta pay for my food. Whatever. I walk in. I had no idea there were so many people working at, a later shift at Burger King on a Friday. Because I walk in, son number one sees me and comes over. And then a manager walks over. This is the thing. Everyone that works there is, I think, 19. Between the ages of 19 and 21. They all are kind of lost souls. I'm not sure what they're all going to do to get through life, but a 20-year-old kid comes over and he's like, are you Bill? Yeah. And then Caden comes up. My oldest son comes up. He's like, how can I help you, sir? He's giving me the Beavis and Butthead. I was just watching an old Beavis and Butthead. He's giving me the Beavis and Butthead treatment. Like, hello, sir. How can I make it your way today? Like, shut up. I want chicken fries. Give me like 2 large chicken fries. I want you to stop being weird. Ooh. No, I think I'd rather have the wrecker. So I ordered 2 like large orders of chicken fries, 12 pieces or whatever. He's like, "Is that all?" I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, go ahead, treat yourself." Okay, I'll take a medium fry. Is that it? You drove all the way up here for that? Well, okay, shit. What? Give me a medium beverage or something. I don't know. I'm really, trying not to drink soda. I got the fries, took them home. Forgot that we didn't have ketchup. My oldest son has a friend who had some troubles with his parents and was, there might have been an abuse thing there and whatever. So of course my wife let him move in here. and he's the one that got my kid on at Burger King. So they were both there. The whole back kitchen staff is chanting my name, Bill, 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 at one point. I had a Barks root beer, 0 calorie beverage. It was not bad. I don't know if I've ever had the 0 calorie root beer before. I maybe had Mugs root beer or something. Don't really remember. But, it was good. It's quite a bit of food. It's hard to beat free. I don't know how the local Burger King stays in business. Because, like I said, it's my kid is 19. The manager on duty it couldn't have been much older. Like, again, 21, 22. I don't know. I've never had my name chanted in a Burger King before, so that was certainly something. Oh, there was gold I missed. Okay. I can't stand on top of that. Ooh, hit him good. Yes. Oh, there's a boss up here. You know, I need the last call now because I think I just completed the. Screw it. Hmm. Dang it. Let me check my quests. Started watching a new television program. I don't watch too much TV, but it was on Peacock. I guess it's a Peacock original. It's about John Wayne Gacy. I think it's called Devil in Disguise. I'm about 3 episodes in. I kind of like it. It's obviously a very dark subject matter, but it's decent drama. I managed not to get sucked into too much of the real crime, true crime, all the stuff that's been extremely popular the last 5 to 10 years. I guess ever since Making a Murderer, sort of, that one was a little different. There was a whole lot of, well, do you believe that they're guilty or do you think they're innocent? Who killed that car photographer? Okay, I gotta do more of that. Consume foods at night. That's Scooby Snacks. Let's flutter. Okay, 2. Complete found quest. What is a found quest? Let's switch to a different Halloween spooky loadout. Who did I see the other day that I haven't used in a while? It's kind of vaguely horror themed. Well, what the heck was it? I didn't think it was this far up. Desdemona. That wasn't it. It will be this. Be this chick. Small target, small hitbox. John Wayne Gacy was a serial killer from northern Illinois, one of the Chicago kind of southwest suburbs. Des Plaines? I know he dumped a few victims in the Des Plaines River. Believed his body count is 33. They were all teenage boys, early 20 boys. He was bisexual, I guess. Not sure what his exact orientation was, but he would pick up these young men, often have relations with them, and then kill them. And kind of his unique thing was he liked to do side gigs as a clown, so he was dubbed the Killer Clown, or just Killer Clown. I don't know. The guy who portrays him in this Peacock series looks quite a bit like him. He just speaks and acts like a real creep. I think the guy, from what I've seen of the actual John Wayne Gacy, and this guy, I think they did a good job with the casting. The police chief and the sort of the detective who first gets onto this missing persons case, they both seem like good actors, relatable people. The attorney who is defending him, trying to defend him, seems like an intriguing character. He's slowly being developed. Used to work for the state or the city attorney's office. Went into private practice, struggling to get cases, and along comes this guy. Although Gacy thinks he can talk his way out of everything, it seems like. So doesn't really afford the opportunity for his attorney to do much of anything. Ooh, I don't need the pumpkin launcher, but that's a good one. I think I'll carry it for a while. A thing about Gacy, other than his targets of young boys and his penchant, shall we say, for being a clown, because it lets him, I don't know, hide his true self or something, he said. He buried most of his victims under his house, on his own property. I think there were 3 or so. I don't know if I said this. He had 33 victims, I believe they eventually pinned on him. 3 of them in his garage. A couple dumped into a river. And something like 25 buried in the crawl space under his house, which was built on an old, not floodplain, on an old, some old swampland. And thus kept just over time sucking his victims down deeper and deeper into the earth. So it was supposedly quite the task to dig them all up, because they had settled so much. I believe that at one point I had read that a number of his victims, he's a real like gregarious guy, talkative, talking nonstop. Um, he was a like a city level politician at one point, I think. One of these, talkative, short, round, ugly foreign guys who lives in Chicago. If you've ever been to Chicago, you know the entire city is short, round men with a heritage from somewhere in Eastern Europe, Polish, Italian. They're very proud of it. Talkative, talkative, talkative. This is a shadow briefing, not a found quest. Can I see anything on the map? Yes, I can. I can see that. There. God, way over there, huh? So anyway, about 3 episodes in, it's been pretty promising so far. I'm going to continue watching it. I'm only vaguely aware of Gacy and what he got up to. I haven't watched the one, I guess it's a Netflix one, about Edward Gain from Wisconsin. Notable thing about him being that he would, skin his victims and turn them into furniture and clothing. I did, read a book or two on him back in the day because the hard rock heavy metal band Mudvayne had a song about him called Nothing to Gain. Gein. Just as his name was spelled. Oh, did I run out of time? Ah, shit. Dang it. Alright, well. Crud. Oh. I need to eliminate some people with this. Should have switched off from that weapon long ago. kiddos, freshman year of high school soccer is effectively over. Varsity has regionals on Tuesday, and while he will be on the team, I don't expect him to play. Maybe 5 minutes or something. If someone needs a breather. They got healthy. There was like 2 kids out at all times most of the year, but everyone is back healthy now. Where'd it go? Let's go Utopia City here. So with everyone back, there's not been a lot of playing time for, fringe players. Although the coach, Thursday was senior night, and they lost 2-0. And they went with a very short bench. They gave all the seniors as much playing time as they could physically handle. Junior didn't get into that one at all. Oh, god dang it. But he hung around the field on Thursday after the varsity game. He's been trying to recruit a couple of his friends to come play. And they used to play a little soccer, but they're like, oh, we're not good enough. We can't play. He's been working on them. I think they said they will play. I was just busted. He was at the field after the varsity game. Coach was talking to my wife, and the high school head coach had refereed a number of the middle school games last year when he was an 8th grader. He said, we're super happy with your son. I thought last year when we were looking at incoming freshmen that he was maybe the 3rd best kid out of the bunch. There was another boy, there was a girl, and then there was Zach. And he said, but now that I see him 5 days a week in practice or games up close, I have a new appreciation for him. I don't think anyone in his class is better than him. He's just, the other boy that has played as a freshman ahead of him has done so because he's about 4 inches taller and maybe a little faster. He said he is not as skilled. He and both of his assistant coaches have talked to Zach in the last few weeks about, hey, if you get after it with training and strengthening and hopefully catch a growth spurt over the summer or until next high school soccer season, you're going to be a machine. People can't get the ball off of you. You just keep making good decision after good decision. You're a phenomenal passer. You see the field extremely well. You got a high soccer IQ. You shoot it pretty well. You use both feet. Like, they were extremely, extremely complimentary. And, just very flattering. And I don't disagree with him because I see him up close every practice, every game since he was 4 or 5. I guess he started soccer at 5. Started wrestling at 4. And I know what they know because he was kind of the same way with baseball. He's not real flashy, but if you watch him and you're knowledgeable, you know what you're looking at. He's kind of subtle, but he's very good. He does all the little things well, and he does them over and over and over. He's consistent. executes well. And well, the head coach would never come out and say it, but he seems like a pretty sharp guy. He's on the younger side, but he's a pretty sharp guy. Can I get shot at from over here? I think there are 3 kids playing on varsity right now. Let me think about this. 1, 2. Yeah, there's 3 kids that are either start or in the regular rotation on varsity that they are not better than my boy. They're a year or 2 older. God dang it. One of them is 3 years older, one of them is 2 years older, one of them is a year older. And neither one, I don't think any of them are particularly good soccer players, although I kind of have an appreciation for what 2 of them do. But I think he will be... He's already going to letter for this year, so there's that. But I think he's for sure a no doubt about it starter next year. Is it nighttime? It's nighttime. This counts as eating food, right? Yes. Good deal. Of course, I try and tell him to stay humble and keep working hard, assume nothing. Kind of hard because he's very smart. Gotta carry that. How far away is that shooting? I feel like I didn't play soccer in high school, nor did my wife. So, high school soccer, the schedule, it's all kind of a little new to me. I feel like the season went by so fast. And during high school season, you're not allowed to play for your club team. With the, I don't know if this is a thing in other states, but here in southern Illinois and Missouri, there's a big issue with birth year clubs versus school year clubs. Everyone wants to play with their friends from school because they're in the same class. So like half his club team are still eighth graders, so they're playing what they call a trapped team. And I know they're not enjoying their fall season because they've half of them has been combined with half of another team of younger kids, and it's you know he's been on a very good club team the last few years. So I'm sure is looking forward to that. Although I know they've still got games going until early to mid-November. I guess he could go play now that his season is over. I wonder if he could catch on and play the last few games. Probably not. He's not already rostered. The club he plays for has recommended that when kids get to high school age, that they stop playing indoor and play indoor but without boards. So it's more like actual real soccer with an out of bounds and throw ins. The local facility that organizes indoor league, they don't do a great job dividing teams up by skill level or anything. they're all just kind of thrown in together. So we've been on the wrong end of a team that is okay, or maybe even bad, but playing a team full of high school freshmen that started for all their respective varsity teams, like really advanced kids, physically mature, technically skilled. They just throw them all in together. It's not a good experience. Some of the teams, especially the less skilled ones, they're just out there running through every tackle that they can, almost trying to hurt people. That's how they defend. They defend by, body slamming someone into the boards like they're playing hockey. So anyway, the whole high school team is splitting up into juniors and seniors and freshman and sophomore. And we're not doing that. Ooh, wait, no, I need that. Let's do this. Not doing that because we were going to get into the outdoor league. Only they are not taking individual players this year. Where's it at? There it is. So we seem to be shut out of that. Scooby Snacks, that's what I wanted. So I don't know what he's going to do for soccer the rest of the calendar year or late winter, early 2026. I'm not super concerned about it because he will still be doing training through his club team twice a week through the winter. Even though he won't be playing games, I think that'll help keep him sharp. And beyond that, he has a decent chance of starting as a freshman. Where's the phone booth? Let's see, what am I going to drop? Let's drop the shotgun. Decent chance of starting as a freshman for the wrestling team. which is a phenomenal, very good program. They recruit kids from other schools to move here and wrestle for our coach. Every year, despite our fairly small school size, we ask to be reclassified. He's really buttoned down his grades these last few years. So no concerns about him staying eligible or anything. Oh, that one still has more. So anyway, it's all good. Well, that didn't count for last call because I didn't ping him first. That sucked. Oh, there he is over there. Cool. Got that quest done. I'm going the wrong way now. Ha 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 ha. God damn it! He was fucking dead. You know what? I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna call it a night. It's already been an hour and 15 minutes of me rambling about nonsense. So, good night and God bless.